This is a full carbon fiber wide-body 1969 Mustang built by Trick Rides. It is the first of a series of 20 cars that they are going to be producing on a limited production run. And this thing is incredible. But here's the really cool part about this. This carbon fiber body is 600 pounds lighter than you would find in a traditional 1969 Mustang. The other cool part, and you can see from looking at the top of this car, is exposed carbon fiber. And the cool part is with the way that they manufacture these bodies, the weave is actually all lined up. So if you were a customer ordering one of these 20 cars from Trick Rides, you could of course have it painted like you see this car is partially painted in black with exposed carbon fiber, or in theory you could also just have an entirely exposed carbon fiber car and all the weave would match up as it should. Now there's a bunch of different options you can have with these cars. As you can see here, they have their own custom flare for the wide body kit. It's about over 5 inches wider up front and nearly over 6 inches wider in the back. When it comes to your engine options, they also give you a variety of different choices. Now on the base surface here, they present you with 3 different options, all Ford based. You can go with something like a more modern supercharged Coyote. You could also go with the classic 427, or in this case, we have a Kazi Boss 9 engine. This one's a 520 cubic inch V8 based on that famous Boss 429 semi-Hemi engine. And this one has actually been dynoed for this car, producing 734 horsepower. And you pair that with that weight reduction, this is a properly quick car. Some of the other cool things are if you had a very specific engine, they could of course accommodate that because it is based on a Roadster Shop chassis where they can kind of play with and change some of those items. And the other benefit with that Roadster Shop chassis is that you have fully independent suspension with coilovers and even custom disc brakes. Now, as you take a closer look at the engine bay, some other stuff that I want to point out is kind of just the cool compact packaging with power disc brakes, but then also the cooling. We have a Wizard radiator here that has 2 massive electric fans, and the big benefit of that would be modern performance and cooling. So this of course can be able to drive in normal conditions, and you might even notice the fact that it also has an air compressor there on the passenger side of the vehicle. So yes, you also get air conditioning. As you move around here, there's a lot of cool extra details. You can see it's a bit more seamless. You don't have some of the break up emblems that you would have originally on a 1969 Mustang. You also get things like LED lights here throughout. You also get these custom grates, more carbon fiber, and as you come around to the side of the vehicle, you can see our wide fenders, and this car is riding on Forgeline wheels. They can equip it with a variety of different Forgeline wheels, whatever you like, then made to their custom specs, then sit on this Mustang. And as you can see here in the front, you also have these Bayer 6-piston disc brakes, and I believe 4 pots in the back. Furthermore, this is all completely redesigned as well. You can see with more of that exposed carbon fiber. And then another cool feature is we actually have some Ring Brothers components. You might notice things like this mirror straight from the Ring Brothers catalog, in addition to the door handles. Now moving to the interior of the vehicle, what we actually have is a TMI interior. So you have these heavily bolstered bucket seats, both the sides and even the legs are of course both bolstered. And you also have those nice shoulder harnesses. You also have our Tremec 6-speed manual transmission, carbon fiber steering wheel, and even auto meter gauges there on the inside, along with our vents for our air conditioning and even a Bluetooth sound system. As you continue further back, we actually have these functional air intakes, so air does in fact pass through and then work its way into the wheel well here. And then in back, we do have to take a look at it because these are considerably wide. In fact, these rear wheels look like soup bowls, and we're looking at a 335/20 here in the back. So fairly stout, certainly wider than anything the 1960s could have possibly imagined. As we continue further back, we have some fairly aggressive styling here, especially with this ducktail spoiler in the back while you still have your trunk functionality. Then in the rear here, we have more LED lighting in terms of the taillights and a very aggressive rear diffuser. And the cool part about this rear diffuser is how it actually integrates the exhaust into the lower sections of the car. So pretty cool in terms of the total build specs, if you will, for the car. The other thing is I believe it also has a 9-inch rear end, but maybe you don't quote me on that. So there you have it. That is a look what I believe is the first ever carbon fiber wide body 1969 Ford Mustang. So it's a pretty cool build that leaves a variety of different options. If you're interested in ordering one, of course, reach out to the guys at Trick Rides who built this car. And again, they're doing a limited production of 1 of 20. So pretty spectacular car. With that, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it and could leave me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Consider getting subscribed for more content like this in the future. And of course, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.